Okay, so today we will discuss about heat capacity or thermal capacity. So what is heat capacity or it is also known as thermal capacity? So capacity means basically simple ability, and if we talk about heat or thermal capacity, so ability to retain heat energy. So the ability to retain heat energy of an object is known as heat capacity. Or we can say, in other words, amount of heat that is required to raise the temperature of a body of a certain mass m through 1 degree Celsius, or let us say 1 Kelvin. Why are we saying that the change in temperature is 1 degree Celsius or 1 Kelvin? Because in both the scales the division is equal. The number of divisions in Celsius scale as well as in Kelvin scale both can be seen of equal divisions. And due to this, we can take the change in Celsius scale to be of, and that is equivalent to the change in Kelvin scale. So the divisions are equal, and hence the overall change in temperature, whether it is in Celsius scale or whether it is in Kelvin scale, will be considered to be equal. Now, next point, this heat capacity, let whatever be the heat given to the object of the mass m, and the change in temperature delta T, and the specific heat capacity. Yes. So the thermal capacity or the total heat capacity of the object is given by that is delta Q. And this delta Q is given as let us say S M delta T. So since previously we have gone through this formula at M is equals to 1 and delta T is equals to 1, delta Q was nothing but equals to S. So in this condition, what do we observe? That delta Q could be written as S is equals to, this is capital S and let it this be small s. To avoiding confusions, let us make some small difference. Somewhere in some book there is also mentioned to be this somewhere it is mentioned as C or C dash means thermal capacity or his specific heat capacity, that is be denoted from this alphabetical order, that is C or C dash. So we can say here, if delta T is 1 degree Celsius, then delta Q is equals to S into M. Means this is nothing but product of mass and specific heat of the body. Okay. Now let us move on to the next topic, that is water equivalent. So this water equivalent is nothing but a specific term related to the water and a specific heat capacity of itself. As you have seen, in order to cool down this liquid such as tea or milk, what do we use? We take a container full of water and there is some water in it, and we dip, pour partially, let this be a glass of hot milk. So this hot milk water is then dipped into the water to cool it down. So why do we do this? This is because there is a specific tendency of water. What is the tendency of water? That it absorbs the heat, means it has so much of heat capacity in itself. So when subjected to some hot objects, the water basically tries to capture the heat of out of that body. So that is why water is almost everywhere used as a coolant, and due to this water behaves as an excellent coolant. Whether it is car, generator, radiator, everywhere you will see most of the things are made from water, or somewhere, somehow, some portion, some percentage of the substance will be nothing but the water itself. Since it has the capacity to absorb the heat as much as possible, due to this possibility, due to this capability of water, it is used as a coolant. So, what is this water equivalent? So, let us consider before this that whatever be the heat energy of the object and specific heat, and let mass be m, and the change in temperature, let it be delta T. We can write it as capital T. To avoid any kind of confusions, we are also writing it delta T to be here. So we will follow the same convention. So for water, the value of S is 1 calorie per gram per degree Celsius. So, so delta Q will be m delta T, and this m is nothing but mass of water. So this mass of water, let it be W. So delta Q is equals to W T. So if we compare this equation, let it be second equation, and let this be first equation. So from first and second, we come to the conclusion that W is equals to, means weight of water is equal to S into M. So what do we say? We can say this water equivalent. Water equivalent is equal to water equivalent is equal to product of mass and product of mass and specific heat.